If you hadn't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast so it can be heard on platforms like Spotify and Apple and many more. Number 3, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.com to get started. What are you waiting for? Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Trendy Big Mouth podcast with your host, your girl, your favorite, Little Miss Trendy, the Big Mouth Mom. Today, I am super excited to bring to you guys my friend, makeup connoisseur, honestly, spirit animal, honestly, just kind of everything to me. I'm super excited about today's episode, and it's going to be sponsored by Faith because we love the Lord. So, I mean, shout out to the atheists if we have any of those followers out there. There's no shade to you guys, but today's episode is definitely keeping the faith. And I want to introduce to you guys my friend. You guys can follow him at malsoaries. Mal, welcome to the Trendy Big Mouth. Welcome. Thank you for taking the time. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I want to act like this is, a big moment, but I literally talk to you every day. So here we are.
We're literally the same person. And that's so funny because the world doesn't know you. But honestly, I feel like they should. You're an amazing human, and which is why I wanted to bring you on for this episode specifically. Just because I know your story and other people may not know. This month is actually October is National Coming Out Month, specifically October 11th. And we've talked about this before on the show that we are very open, that love is love. There's no shade to anyone. Be yourself, be true to yourself, own yourself. So with you coming into the world, coming into the Trendy Big Mouth podcast for the first time, I want to do a really fun icebreaker so that the girls and guys really know who you are as opposed to how I know you. So my first question for you is, if you could literally trade shoes with someone famous, it could be a D-list. I mean, no shade to D-list, but it could be someone that the girls don't know. But if you could trade shoes with anyone, who would it be and why?
Okay, so first of all, I love this question. Are we talking about like somebody right now or just somebody in general?
It's so shady. You mean someone not relevant, you mean? Or
Okay, well, I'm going to say a name that the girls absolutely know, and I feel like if you know me, then you know I'm going to say Naomi Campbell, because...
Yeah, well, that feels fine.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
It just feels correct. So... if I had to fill a pair of Manolos, I would definitely love to be Naomi Campbell for a day.
I love. Wait, a kitten heel or a pump?
Like, didn't you know I was going to say Naomi Campbell? Like, literally. Naomi Campbell, every time.
Every single time. She does it. She's iconic. Oh my God. Well, now that you're picking Naomi, now for the girls and guys who don't know who you are, why would you pick Naomi? I mean, what is Naomi to you? I mean, we know who Naomi is, but I mean, somebody may be out there thinking, like, what does that have to do with him?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like, I mean, if we're really going into, the inspiration of it all, like, honestly, Naomi Campbell is, first of all, she was that shit crazy at one point, and she still is a little bit. And, we all know that as that. I think she did her fucking, what was it? What was it that she had to do for the court?
The community service. Are you crazy?
The community service. She wore the gown while she was literally walking in the street. I mean, she is such a beautiful train wreck, and she's had so many moments that weren't
iconic.
great. but iconic at the same time. Like, always iconic. You know what I mean? Like, Naomi Campbell is probably one of the most consistently relevant people in any industry of all time.
100%, absolutely, and
Period.
still relevant, and will forever, honestly, be relevant.
She just got the cover of Vogue. Did you see her Vogue cover? I mean, it's not like it's her, you know, first or fifth or tenth.
Absolutely.
I mean, but she just got. I just saw today. She got the last cover. I think American Vogue. Yeah. So
well,
I mean,
yeah,
it's always going to be Naomi, but it's because Naomi, you know, she had some hard moments. I feel like earlier in her career, and her reputation was, you know, not always the best. And I think that she's actually really come full circle because Naomi was really one of the crazy 90s girls.
Well,
like,
yeah.
You know, intimidating Tyra Banks off the runway and throwing phones at assistants.
She threw a phone and a camera. I mean, he sued her.
She told Oprah Winfrey about it. It was literally Oprah. So it's like
the exclusive.
You know, she didn't have an easy. She didn't have an easy way through her life and her career, and I actually really admire that because, you know, it's not always perfect. It's not always peaches and cream like 112, baby.
Ooh! Shout out to Diddy, we love you. I know that's right. Hey, Revolt. Ooh, I love it. I love it.
What's your answer? Are you going to answer the question?
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to tell you who I would be. Wait, so first of all, the girls already know, the guys already know. I love shoes. I mean, I have a bit of an issue. It's actually in my Instagram. It's in my bio. I mean, follow at Little Miss Trendy, my personal page. But yeah, if I could actually trade shoes with someone, I'm not gonna lie, and because this is because in a weird way, I would love to be the first lady in a sick way. I would love to be Michelle Obama.
I knew you were going to say that.
And
I literally knew it.
And let me tell you why. The reason why, first of all, Michelle Obama exudes, I mean, the Black excellence, the education, the read of it all. Like, there is nothing more powerful. First of all, there's nothing more powerful than the Black human, and that's no shade. The Black woman, especially, because, and nothing more than that is an educated, over-educated Black woman. You cannot tell her shit. Period. Period. You can tell her the sky is baby blue, and I'm telling you, it'll be periwinkle. No, it is not. Okay, that's not. What is sky blue? That's very generic. So for me, Michelle Obama, she's everything: a mother, a wife, a legend, fashion icon. I mean, come on. I mean, not for nothing. I mean, her husband is pretty swaggy. Shout out to President Obama. We love you as a silver fox too.
Absolutely. That was a great answer, Fish.
Yeah, like that's honestly in a weird, that's a secret. And I feel like a lot of people, we've talked politics, but I'm like Cardi B in politics. Like, I can't, like, that's cute and all. Like, we don't want to talk about borders and shit. I don't want to talk about that. Free healthcare, free education, and that's it. Y'all start talking about other policies and shit, I'm lost. I'm done. What? Round table, Navy suit. So it's not Stuart Wiseman. No, it doesn't work for me. So that's exactly why I picked the Michelle Obama. So going back into today's topic on keeping the faith. As I spoke to you guys earlier, about really just the coming out month of October. And coming out doesn't necessarily have to be coming out because you're of a sexuality, or coming out. I feel like you could be coming out of anything. And I feel like 2020 has been such a trying year. And Mal, you know firsthand, this year, in the beginning of the year, is a complete 360 of what transpired January 1st. And for me, and honestly, for this episode, what did your faith have to do with you kind of surviving 2020? I mean, the year of the disaster, honestly.
Yeah, bitch, you asking me Oprah Winfrey questions.
Ooh.
I was like, oh my God.
Sade better than what?
Wow, I just it up. Oh my God. It's so funny. I was just talking to somebody about like faith and religion and spirituality like yesterday. I feel like honestly, just universally, I think right now, everybody needs to try to figure out in their own way how to have faith in themselves. Because, like, I know for me, like before COVID even happened, I was just unhappy with a lot of things in my life. Like, I wasn't happy with my job. I wasn't happy with my home life. I wasn't happy with my relationship life. Like, and it just seemed like nothing was working. And so I had to relearn and figure out like where my faith was at and what my faith was in, right?
Right, absolutely.
So one thing that like I started working on was just like your own understanding of God. Whatever that is, and however you have a connection to just understanding you're a higher power or something bigger than you.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like COVID kind of helped me realize what I was supposed to be doing with my life and my sense of purpose. I think like faith has a connection to that too.
I love that.
Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then like when you have a sense of purpose and you feel fulfilled, you have faith that, you know, your existence and your whole vibe is like it's right, you know.
Absolutely.
It just feels right and it's good for you, like it's healthy and it's just it makes sense.
I completely understand and going into what you're saying as far as keeping the faith and I feel like touching on being in quarantine, the coronavirus saved a lot of people. A lot of people went batshit crazy and shit is really far gone, but a lot of people were saved and I think faith and millennials have a weird situation. I feel like and especially for us because we're definitely millennials, but we're different. Like we grew up in the church. You're a PK. You know what I mean? So but the lives that we live may not be as quote unquote standard of what you may think that a person like that is supposed to live. So
yeah, no, for sure.
And that's kind of why I wanted to do the episode, because I feel like there are so many people who are in a situation like that where faith, religion, politics, all that shit kind of starts mixing together. But your faith and your mental, I think honestly, is this almost the same thing. Whatever being you believe in. Am I making, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying with that? And I feel like
because you have to have a clear mind in order to like focus on your faith and embrace your faith. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, if you're going crazy in the head, or if you're depressed, or you know, going through anxiety or whatever, I mean, your faith technically is something that you're supposed to be able to lean on to help like come out of that.
Absolutely.
But you know, sometimes it has to come first. You know, like working on yourself is working on your faith. No matter what it is, you know, doing an extra 10 crunches in the morning, you know, and getting your snapback, you know what I'm saying? Because all of that, you know, if it's meditating in the middle of your day, you know, if you're a regular yoga person, which I love to do, like all of that works into your faith because that's you working on you and yourself, which I think is like of the utmost importance.
And see, that's what I'm trying to reach. I see you're definitely more of the mature person in that state, in that mind frame, because I'm still not there. I'm really not. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. No, because I'm not. And and I try to be that girl. Like, you know, shit, I'm tired. That's number one.
Right. Well,
I'm
you're
exhausted.
You have 2 children.
Well,
I mean,
I'm literally recording a podcast for like literally for you guys to listen to. I'm exhausted, and this is my life. But I want you guys to know, because there's someone right now listening. Like, wow, sis, I'm literally listening to you cleaning with my badass kids in the background. You know what I mean? I'm listening to you right now, fixing my husband dinner. I'm listening to you right now, and I'm lonely and alone at home. No shade, but again, this is exactly why I wanted to hear other opinions on faith. Like for me, obviously, there is no being but the Lord, and that's number one, period. But I do have a sense of faith, a sense of spirituality that I have within myself, where I'm just kind of like, let me take it easy. Let me take a breath. But I think what I'm trying to work at is balance the faith that I have with my religion versus the faith that I'm just going off of realistically, and not going through and through with things. That's what I mean. Not actually having 100% faith, really. Not going the full mile when I know in my heart that I should, but I can't. Or procrastinating, as one would call it, actually.
I mean, I didn't go to theological seminary, but I mean,
well,
I mean, I understand, like, everybody really should have their own belief system, to me. You know what I mean? Like, don't believe in just nothing. Because I feel like for me, the reason why it helped me was because I felt like I was literally losing my mind at one point, and I needed something like drastic to help me, and that was actually part of it, like remembering, that the bigger plan that all of us have for ourselves, which I believe in, and I feel like it's more even some cosmic universe type stuff. Like I feel like everybody really has their own purpose, and for me, if I didn't feel like I was fulfilling that purpose, and that was like a crushing feeling to me. Like I literally remember feeling that way, and it was awful. I was commuting back and forth from the city, like half the time crying on the train because I was exhausted. I hated what I was doing for 5 days a week. You know what I mean? So many hours. It was just insane. And I'd gotten to a point. I just turned 30. I was like, okay, wait, like what's exactly happening?
The 30 syndrome.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't think it was going to happen to me, but it did.
Yeah.
And it happened gradually over like 3 or 4 months after I turned 30. And I just went down a slope, like, it was just a lot. And I couldn't keep up with myself and everything I was doing, but I was so unhappy with what I was doing, and with a good job, it's not like I was working some rinky-dink job.
No.
So it's like, I had to just, it's for me, keeping the faith is just about reminding yourself why you're here and what you specifically and specially have to
100%.
give out to the universe. Whether it's just, a good little recipe to your neighbor, or whether it's a whole ad campaign for Givenchy. Like anything that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's
Absolutely.
how I feel.
Absolutely.
Keeping the faith in yourself is so important, like more than anything to me.
Same. Now I'm going to pick your brain for a second. How do you feel about, because this is so funny. You're not a parent. But I would love
Absolutely
to hear this from a different end. How do you feel about religion still being in the school, in a public school?
Religion in public schools, like what does that look like?
So when even something
like
as
teaching religion,
not even teaching religion, let's go not as broad, but let's go even as something as simple as the Pledge of Allegiance, because now that's almost, they have made it so under one nation under God, and it's so but there are a lot of schools that are not, or parents that are telling their children not to do it. I don't have the energy to tell my kids not to do it. So
I literally feel like in those situations, because I'm absolutely not a parent,
right.
Not even close. I mean, it takes two to tango. So I literally feel like that should be the parent's discretion, whether or not their child, whatever it is, does the Pledge of Allegiance, does the morning prayer, whatever it is. I think parents should have the right to say, with no, like, kind of punishment or whatever, like, no, I don't want my kid doing that. Like, there should be an option to that if that would be possible, or if they would even think of doing something like that. I don't know. Like, I mean, this isn't a topic that I frequently think about, obviously,
because you don't have no birds, right?
Yeah.
Well, you never know. You actually, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So there you go.
That is the absolute truth.
So, I mean, there you go. I mean, it is what it is. Well, so for me, and what I'll say also, as far as what I wanted to come out of this episode as well, to just be a teaching lesson that you don't have to take things so serious. You don't have to go so robotic and verbatim. You don't have to pray on your knees for things to, to make you feel like a holier than thou person. You don't have to be in church every Sunday. And I feel like a lot of people take that for granted, or they see a person's lifestyle and they're like, well, that looked like a damn sinner to me. Yeah, you're damn right she is. Yeah, goddamn right she is. Absolutely. But also, how dare you throw the first stone? And so for me, I wanted to see different aspects on, and like you touched on, being more spiritual. Just because you grew up a certain way, or because your parents or your lifestyle prevents you, or you think that, oh, this is the way that it's supposed to be, you can absolutely have two different opinions on it, to be honest with you, because we can pray to God but also want to meditate.
Yeah, I mean, meditation to me is honestly a form of prayer. I think, like, to be honest, like, I really feel like God can be experienced in so many different types of ways. And I feel like that is really the message that I connect to. Because, as you said, like, both grew up in the church, and I'm an actual, like, PK. So I was taught, like, Christian Baptist tradition, principles, values, all of that. And that's still very, like, grounded in me, but I also had to, like, find it in other ways too. And by it, I mean God, I guess. Like, because for me, like, going to church every Sunday didn't become the norm for me when I became an adult.
Absolutely.
And that was just because part of the church experience for me was a lot being, the son of a preacher with a huge, like, congregation. It was
absolutely
just a lot.
It was
so
a lot.
Church for me was always like, I distanced myself from church specifically, but then still needed to connect myself to my faith and to God. And, like, now as a, 30-year-old adult, I can say that, like, I see God all the time. Like, when I'm outside and I see leaves change, it's like, it's the God beauty all around me. Anything beautiful, exactly. Something beautiful, I'm like, oh my God, thanks.
It's gorgeous.
You can't explain it exactly. And like you said, like we're just saying, I see meditation as a form of prayer because that's a connection to, a higher power and just a higher calling. I feel like even when I'm doing yoga, sometimes it literally feels like biblical.
I love that.
You're really just able to connect to something beyond you, and it's God. You can call it like whatever, but like it is God. God is real. Period. That's just how I feel.
And that's on the Old and New Testament. Period.
Genesis and Revelation.
Ooh, you better come through. Come on, Holy Spirit. I hope we don't lose any following. Again, we are for all walks of life. We don't shade anyone here at the Trendy Big Mouth. We're all for the people. I actually want to thank my friend for spending time with me on kind of lightening up our normal conversation, because I feel like our conversations can go from fashion to, dinosaurs to, we can go
dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, fossils. Archaeology.
Yeah.
Universe. It can literally go very, very far. So that's why I wanted this conversation to be organic, but I also wanted it to be on a subject that both of us were passionate about, but also just showing different views on how people can just relax and whatever you're dealing with in 2020. I mean, yeah, it's a shitty year, but at the end of the day, listen, if you have your faith and you believe in anything, if you don't believe in anything, believe in yourself, number one. But if you don't believe in anything, just know that there is a higher power that is on your back. There is a being there on your shoulder when bad decisions are coming your way. We know the devil is always there. I mean, I can't even, I mean, he's literally in the room with me right now. He's probably making me try to stutter right now. You see?
See?
You see? Again, trying to destroy me. It'll be the own devil trying to get you. But you will not get us today. Mal, do you have any inspirational apps or any of your yoga apps that you may use that the people may want to experience for themselves? Any meditation?
You know what? My brother does like a weekly meditation.
Fabulous.
Yeah, he posts about it on his Instagram. It's Martin_stories, but I don't know like all the information and stuff. But I've done it with him before, and I've done other guided meditations before, just kind of like varied.
Fabulous.
But the one that he does is really good. But yoga, I'm definitely way more consistent with. And to be honest, I kind of switch up the method and types of yoga that I do, just depending on what kind of day I'm having, because I usually work out like at the end of the day. But I just go right on YouTube, and what's great about YouTube is you can literally pick a time amount. So if I really just need like a good 30-minute, a good vinyasa flow, I can literally put in 30-minute, and I can suggest like Lululemon has a great channel.
Cute. We love
where
Lululemon.
They have trainers go through. Yeah, they have like really nice, relaxed kind of yoga, or you can do power yoga, you can do hatha yoga, which is different types. And it's all different time sets too. And every time I search, I always see Lululemon, and theirs are pretty good. Yeah,
yummy. I've actually
Well, I'm trying to live forever. Listen, I'm not trying to be one of those dinosaurs.
Fossil.
I'm trying to give you more like death become her.
Honestly, I'm trying to live like Cicely Tyson. Period.
Ooh.
Period.
Yes.
Between her and Auntie
Absolutely.
Patty.
Yeah. Oh, and my girl, Angela.
Oh, Angela Bassett. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, she's iconic.
Yeah.
Well, I am Bernie, so waiting to exhale. If you guys did not get that reference, my husband did not leave me for a white woman. No shade to the white woman. No shade. No shade to you guys, but he did not leave me. It's in the movie. We actually do not like when you don't get a reference. I appreciate my baby. I appreciate Mal. Make sure you follow Mal at malsoaries on IG. He's on Twitter. He actually has a YouTube channel. Check him out. He is malsoaries. Link in my bio. I appreciate all of you guys for listening to the Trendy Big Mouth today. You actually, before I go, guys, I have a cute little app that I've been taking on. And Mal, I don't know if I actually told you this. I've downloaded the app Calm. Shout out to Calm.
Calm? Shut up. I've been seeing ads for that like everywhere.
They give you the sweetest little raindrops. So when I get mad before I smoke a cigarette, I listen to Calm for about 10 seconds. So
I need to learn the rest of that song.
So he's so shady right now. My fans love me. That's okay. I thank you guys for listening today. Mal, thank you so much for joining me today on Keeping the Faith.
I'm so proud of you.
Episode 8, guys.
So good. You are so funny, and I love you so much. God bless you, and God bless the gays.
Ooh, come on now with the blessing. I love you guys for listening. Tune in. More drama this week. I cannot wait. Episode 8 is a wrap. Mal, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for listening. Toots.